All right, we're rolling. We are on live.
On the line?
Online and on live. And we can see your screen. I see your dashboard.
Okay, good. So we want to talk about what? How to deal with mean reviews or reviews?
Yeah. How to deal with cyber bullies. Keyboard bullies.
Right.
It's
So
a new breed.
I'm logged into my instructor dashboard. So I have some courses out there and I get reviews too. And in general, they're pretty good, but not always, right? So my average rating is 4.7. So there have been a few bad ones in there. Some of them were quite mean to me, you know. So I thought we should share what we think is a good way to handle mean reviews or reviews in general, right? So as an instructor, you always get a copy of the review. When somebody leaves a review for your course, you get it. You see the comment, and there's a button on there that you can click on, and it will take you to this section of your dashboard, the ratings and reviews, where you see all your courses, all the reviews, and so for example, if you open up one of these courses, then I see all the reviews that I've received.
Nice. 5 stars.
Yeah.
Naturally.
So, and then you as an instructor, you can like this review if you want to by simply clicking on the thumbs up. And you can also add your own comment here. And like I did here, right? So I added my comment. All I did is to thank you, Vivian, glad you liked the course. That will send an email to the student, the user, right? This is not a back and forth thing. So like Vivian, the student, can then not respond and you get an email back. So by design, this is not supposed to be a two-way conversation, right? There's a review, you can respond once, that's it.
Yeah, and I think on almost every case, it's a good idea to respond. And I get copies of those emails too, so I see how instructors respond, but either thanking them or acknowledging the suggestion they may have made. Granted, if it's not a bullying response, I mean, at that point, there have been some instances where there's been a kind of unprecedented meanness where instructors have reached out to us. So, but in general, I'd say to respond if it's a nice suggestion or a thanking you for the course.
I think it's a good idea because I think the more you respond to people's reviews, the more you encourage them to leave another review for another course, right? The more feedback you get, the better it is.
Yeah.
So speaking of the bad reviews, what do you think? How would you handle a mean review or bad review?
First of all, the list you posted on LinkedIn of some of the bad reviews, I think really humanized this issue that we all have, because I know a lot of instructors take it personally, which of course they should, since it's their work, you spend a lot of time with it. But I always try to think as well, we have no idea what's happening to these people on these days. They may have just had the worst day on the planet. Like their cat got sick and then they got bullied. So I know that oftentimes we take it really personally. I do as well, but sometimes the review may not reflect the actual quality of the work. So in those instances, maybe send back a very, what's the word, a professional response. But if it's over the top, I mean, you can bring it to me. We can chat with Sarah. We have had 1 or 2 instances where the review did not reflect the work at all because the student really didn't know what they were talking about. And in that way, it brought down the review when it shouldn't. And so we contacted that student. We've even had students apologize once they kind of realize what they'd done. But that's the exception, not the rule. I think on these ones that they say great, but give you a 3-star, that's also cultural sometimes. That's not something we can go back to and say, hey, can you bump up it by 2 stars?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, these were, I looked at our backend system, and out of over 5,100 reviews, there were only 41 one-star reviews. So that's less than
Good.
1%, right? And I
Yeah.
looked at two-star reviews, and there were also just like 50 of two-star reviews. So total, less than 2% of reviews are 1 and 2 stars.
Yeah.
Which is good,
That's
right?
good.
So in general, I think Willie Hendricks, one of our instructors, made a good comment. He said the first thing is, first of all, don't take it personally, right? So, and then he also mentioned that, well, really think about it. There's an ounce of truth in all of this, right? So if you get one bad review and a bunch of good reviews, that probably doesn't mean anything. But if you get a few reviews and they all say, well, the audio is bad, or right, then, well, there's probably some truth. Maybe you need to and tweak your course a little bit. That's definitely an option and a possibility. I like.
Absolutely.
Here's a few bad ones that I just randomly picked out of the system, right? So somebody gave a 1-star review because we, prompted him to leave a review. It says, just because a stupid thing keeps popping up. And my personal favorite is that second one that said, well, misclicking on a test shouldn't result in a fail, which is the only thing a test actually is supposed to do. It's exactly what's supposed to happen if you misclick on the wrong answer.
So funny. In that last one, they really spent some extra time to do all caps. So boring.
Yeah, so I think the important part is, don't start an argument, right? Say thank you. That's it. Be nice, be kind.
Yeah.
And respond. I think that's the biggest one. Don't skip on it, over it, right? So respond to it. That encourages more reviews. The more reviews you get, the better your course will be rated. Also, our system is set up so that if you have a new course and you only get like 1 or 2 or 3 ratings, we actually don't display those.
Yeah.
I think you have to get to 5 reviews before we start rating it, because otherwise one bad review would then suddenly make your course look like a 1-star course. And
that's not true.
Or accurate, right? So that's another reason why you want to encourage people to leave more reviews.
Yeah, and we will touch on that in our next video as well on how to encourage reviews. But no, I think that's a great point. Always responding in a kind manner. And if you see a pattern, being self-reflective and not being defensive and thinking, all right, maybe I do need to switch something up a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah, that's really all it takes to manage reviews. So you can do it right then and there when you get the email copy, right? You can that's what I do.
Yeah.
Other people may just sit on it and said, you know what, I'll do it at the end of the week or at the end of the month. You get, I personally like to just respond right away. It takes a minute to do that. You simply click the add comment button, you add your comment, save it, done. That sends it there. Yeah. And I will say, because I get copies of those emails, instructors are generally really good with that. There's a handful that are more active than others, but I do see a significant amount of instructors leaving that. But yeah, I would encourage everyone to do that. I think it's easy and very fruitful in the advantages that it has. There you have it. That's
nice.
For managed review. All right.
Very cool. Ciao.